Hello and welcome to part 4 of Sin and Punishment Star Successor. I'm just from Born. When we last left off, we were at Armin Ritter, the boss battle. Now he's transformed into this giant manta ray? I have no clue what it is. It's a sea monster with a giant eye. It's firing jets and missiles at us. Obviously with the jets and missiles, you know what to do with the missiles. Knock them back. Main thing is to hit the eye. Don't die. That's the main strategy for this first part of the boss battle. Armin Ritter has 3 parts to him. And, well, really, each one has its own life meter even, so great for some fun stuff. He starts firing a lot of beams of energy at you, dodge them accordingly. Ones that go straight up and down are easy to dodge, get out of the way. The ones that are tricky are the 2 purple ones there, and what they do is they just go around the entire arena. Again, main thing to do is actually the Z key to dodge. It's basic Sin and Punishment 2 at this point. And get some charge shots in, get some charge shots in. You might not be able to get them in later. This laser, he's going to be following you. And it leaves a trail, so just be careful. The trail disappears after a while, but then after you destroy a part, quickly start destroying each of these small energy balls. As soon as you get a little bit of them in and destroyed, well, Armin Ritter comes back into a new form. This time, well, I call it Horsey. The Pokemon Horsey. It's a seahorse, I believe. Now, the seahorse is going to create an energy field around its weak point, its center point. What you have to do is actually destroy the tentacles destroy one of the tentacles that are making the barrier, and then hit it with charge shots. Hit the thing with charge shots before it can get back in. So the barrier goes back up. Firing lasers and all that again, just dodge accordingly. In harder difficulties, there are more lasers. You ready for that? I know you're excited. No, you're excited to see those. I'm not going to show you those though. In reality, it's, again, dodging lasers. What else to say? Yeah! Armin Ritter, everyone. When the field suddenly shifts here, he's going to fire 2 lasers along the water. Don't touch the sides, and keep dodging the bombs, and actually even trying to knock them back, as you see what I'm trying to do. Knock them back to a center point. Like that. There we go. That's how you do it. Other than that, this battle is, like I said, it's long, but it's not hard. It's not really hard. After you destroy it, take it out. We're about to hit the 3rd form of this boss. Yeah. And this 3rd form is, well, it's a dolphin. Now, there's going to be multiple dolphins coming around. What you need to do is go through the rings of the real dolphin and shoot the real dolphin. You played Star Fox, right? Yeah. Some Star Fox moments. The main thing to worry about is the other shots from the other dolphins. That's the main thing. Focus on centering the ring and getting ready to dodge the next shot the other dolphins make. Okay, at this point, the dolphin that does the extra jumps in the water, the one that starts it off, is the real one. You need to hit this ball at the real one. Unfortunately, I failed to do that here. Tough break for me, huh? I hit one of the dolphins. I guess. That's how it works. I suppose. Now, each dolphin's gonna come up, and it's gonna have a hole. There's gonna be a hole in the dolphin. There's gonna be a break in the pattern like here. The middle one came up, So you hit that one with your sword. Same thing here. This one the far left this time. And yeah, you get a good combo with your sword in. And we have a dead dolphin. Take out the last part of the battle, and then yeah, that's Armin Ritter. Congrats, that's the end of stage 2. Finally. Now here's a cutscene.
Impressive. You're much more powerful than I thought. Issa, we've established a base at the planet's energy hub. A mountain in Japan that towers above all else. Escape is impossible. Bring us her head when you realize that.
A mountain in Japan? Mount Fuji?
Issa!
Just a little farther to the air fortress. Let's head out.
Yeah, that is stage 2, and now we head up to stage 3, which is, in my opinion, one of the hardest stages in the game. It's not the hardest, but it's probably the second hardest stage in the game. And here we go. Oh.
There's the fortress. You ready? Let's go!
Okay, this stage is really awesome. The game is now turned into a 2D horizontal shooter. If you can believe that. You've played 2D horizontal shooters like Death Smiles and all that. Get ready for some crazy bullet hell in this stage. This is the stage that'll trip you up probably the first time. First 2 stages are a cakewalk compared to this stage. I'm going to use Kachi for this stage, just going to show off a little bit of Misa then, I guess, for this stage. But obviously, I'll be using Kachi the whole stage this time. Again, main thing for this stage, you're going to get a point where you're going to be able to walk on the ground. Your score goes up as you walk on the ground. If you're going for score, go for that. But there's going to be a lot of bullets coming at you, so really moving around the entire field is a good idea. Not only bullets, there are a lot of enemies, too. Enemies can be taken out pretty easily, and a lot of them can be taken close out. Enemies to worry about in this stage, there's going to be these soldiers, robotic soldiers that keep coming out. Like these, for example. These are tougher enemies. There's others that are like on stilts. Those are the tougher ones, and there's some other tough enemies as well. I'll point them out as we see them. Your physical attack, your melee attack is going to be your most useful asset here, probably. To take out some of these enemies in the bottom if you're staying on the ground. Definitely. Charge shots will also help as well. These enemies that are in the background, use your melee attack to even shoot the missiles at them or other enemies. Get the multiplier up. These soldier things are actually dropping from these ships. So you can take out these ships with some good shooting or good charging. You can do there. But these walker enemies have a bunch of lasers on them, a bunch of cannons. You want to take out the cannons. You can take out the walker though by taking out the central core. These red enemies are also pretty tough. What they do here, they like to grab at you, and I believe they also shoot weapons as well. We'll see later as the stage goes on. I'll correct myself if that's necessary. The central part right there destroys the walkers. Good points, too. These enemies are the ones on stilts. These guys like to do a lot of melee attacks. If you can stay away from them while attacking them, not like what I do. But yeah, do some pretty heavy damage, too. In other difficulties. This is easy mode, remember. There's not much damage not as much damage happening here. Get kicked around a little bit. It happens. This next is not a mini-boss, but it is where a checkpoint happens. There are 2 enemies that are shielded, so it's actually more difficult to damage them. There's going to be enemy firing throwing missiles actually at you. What you want to do is do a melee attack at the shielded enemies. Take them out fast. I can take out 2 enemies, they're just red soldiers. Carefully physical attacks, that's the main form of attack. Grab the health and keep on moving. There's going to be a couple other walkers coming up here pretty soon, as well as some heavy bullet hell firing. Mainly just to see what the bullet hell actually is. It's actually even heavier and heavier, higher difficulties. Get ready to dodge. A lot of dodging. However, just also remember that you have a very small hitbox, even for many shooters. You have a pretty small hitbox for how big the character is. So you can dodge more than you think you can. That's the rule for most shmups, even. Like, even these enemies staying on the ground is a good idea. These enemies that are firing the arcs that are right here. I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see me. You can't see me at all. What the heck am I doing? Like I said, there's another walker. Same sort of thing. It happens. 300 enemy count. Man, I'm doing good, I think. Alright. There's another mini-boss coming up, and it's going to be... It's a tricky one, but... As long as you can, you know the trick to dodging, and I'll tell you my trick to dodging when we get to it. So I can show you, without pointing at the screen and doing finger motions. And just to give you a little preview, there's actually, the mini-boss is actually a full one of a big cannon. Kind of like this one I'm doing melee attacks on. With these lasers, you have to evade dodge, or shoot them. Shoot them and destroy them. But evade dodging is probably the best way to get through this. Yeah, that's pretty much all to say until we get to the next checkpoint here. Here's our mini-boss. It's 2 of those gear cannons that you just stopped. The weak point's actually Guardian 11 is the name of the boss, and the weak point's actually the red core that's firing, that's opening and closing up there. What you want to do is just keep hitting that. Keep yourself targeted on that, but also work on the cannons a little bit. Once it goes for a little bit, it's going to change its dodging a little bit. I've kept myself in the lower left corner of the screen, so I won't get hit at all by the blue lasers. Now, the pellet fire can still hurt you, so you want to be careful. It can still hit you from like this one right here. So you want to evade dodge while going back. While going back with your remote, with your nunchuck control, or whatever you use. Eventually, they're just going to unload every pellet shot they have at you. Just keep evade dodging like I do right there. This is that, like I said, it's a little tricky if you don't know how to dodge the boss. This is how you really dodge it. You stay at the bottom and keep working at it until it dies. And that's really it for Guardian 11. It's not a hard mini-boss at all. The tough part of the stage is actually coming up. This next part of the stage is pretty tough if you get too overwhelmed with heavy bullet fire. And lots of things happening on the screen. This is one of those points that can get kind of overwhelming here, so get ready. I don't know, I'm so tired. I'm kind of yawning as we do this. Anywho. Alright, there's going to be this thing right here. Now this isn't the only one you're going to be seeing. In fact, this one is more helpful, as it helps with some of the other fire. This is the one you want to worry about. This gear chain wall. As you destroy it, more pieces of it come off, which is ugly. What you want to do is just keep firing. A huge laser right there is actually blocked off by these gear things and one in the background, typically. So what you want to do is keep your... Yeah, the character moves automatically anyway. You can move automatically with wherever the character is. You want to keep yourself pretty much where that other gear machine is. You won't be hurt by this gigantic holy laser beams. The Final Fantasy spell, I'm sure. I kid. Again, just keep yourself dodging, keep yourself able to dodge. Charge shots, they're your friends. If you find yourself too backed up, charge shot, that's the best way to keep things off of you in this game. Going through the whole thing, it takes a couple tries, really. If you're doing this your first time, it's going to take you a couple tries, unless you've watched videos of this game and know exactly what's happening. Just gotta be careful, there are others coming at you as well. It's not just those. One on the other side, right there. There's gonna be one on the other side as well, just to add to more fun. Maybe this mode, I forget if this is harder difficulties. Again, hard difficulties are everything in this game. From what I believe, in easy mode, no, you only get one at this point, and you have to destroy it. There's gonna be some enemies at the top doing some pellet fire at you. Main thing to do is destroy them. That's the best way to do it. If you're Issa, you're able to free mode do this pretty easily. As Kachi, it locks on automatically whenever you bring your cursor over an enemy, so you can keep your fire constant. But, nah. Well, we are actually at the end of this part of the video. As soon as we destroy this thing, we'll see you again in part 5. Have a nice day.